Holy schnitzel, this NFT is insane. This upcoming NFT mint is quite possibly the biggest mint of this year. And I'm gonna break it down into 5 parts to why I came into this conclusion. First, the art. Second, the community. Third, the utility. And fourth, the founder. Okay, so the art. The art is basically the most important part in every project because it can completely define success or failure within a millisecond. For example, this guy named Kevin completely nuked an entire project when it was revealed. So the difference between the poor Kevin art and this project is that the risk is lower because we already know what the art can actually behold from the previous projects. So this art team is basically made up Scum Soul, Sir Candy Apple, Pencil Wizards, and you have Delilah Degods. This team has created the most known PFP on Solana to date, which is DeadGods, and that project has held their market cap as the #1 for this year. So these are the top class artists who are working on this new project. So Scum.Soul. Work experience consists of the Cran incident, which is basically a story of degens in this universe, and their issues is that they ate too many LSD crayons. He also partnered with an artist by the name of Conway called Scum X Conway 2022, and this mythology art connects the theme of the history of Mexico and Spain in their savage conquest and blood fight during the conquest of the Aztec Empire. Now, Delilah has been in the Gods family from the beginning, basically working on the Gods, and has elevated her work by the showcase of DeadGods, working with Scum Soul and Sir Candy Apple and Pencil World. Candy Apple is another artist on the Solana blockchain. He became well known in this space through his art on the project Particles. And of course, DeadGods. He basically dropped out of USLA and pursued his career through this pathway of art. And you also have Pencils, who basically collabed with Scuba Steve art on Nippies. Mythic Piercing, which is a very cool drawing, collab here with this creature. So for this new art, the team had to figure out how do we make this creature without making it look into an ape, which is an almost impossible task. But they actually did it. Simple but complex art, and at the same time, clean. So Unit 6 was basically on point as well. Now keep in mind, it's a rough draft right now, but still displays almost a finished product in my opinion. Okay, so the second thing is community. The Project Utes has one of the most established communities on Solana behind them, which is the DeadGods community. This community has built DeadGods from 5 Soul project, basically whopping it up to 400 Soul, and then their Twitter vibes, engagement, and how they're building out other projects around DeadGods and supporting each other. It's bearing on one of the best things I've seen so far in Solana. And the sub-communities like the Mickey Degods grew huge as well, making their trade, which is not really that rare, one of the rarest. So the community is behind Utes, and with a strong community brings value. The God holders support their builders. The God holders have a basketball team called Killer Threes, and they have been behind it. So no question, they will be behind Utes. Now this ties into one thing called utility. So number 3, utility. There's this thing called why trade. So what is this? Essentially, it's a common sense approach to NFT intellectual property. And why is their version of copyright and ownership for NFTs? So it's basically like the copyright C with an NFT collection. What does this do? So right now, NFT collections have sub communities and businesses that drive value for the project, but they were not incentivized for it because there is no tech for this yet. So with Utes, you can essentially be incentivized for this by this structure. There will be 6 tokens for each NFTs, but you need to stake your NFT for it. So you can stake basically 6 tokens, 1 per month for 6 months. And you can use those 6 tokens for 6 trades. And you can basically customize your trade at that same time. So you will own IP rights of the work and collect a percentage of royalty fees, which will be 5% royalties on every sale of that trade. And there will be a trade store as well, where holders can purchase a community created trade. You can also register with your sub community and charge an entry fee and collect percentage of royalties for all sales to that sub community that has that trade. So you can also sell that Y trade to someone else. And here's the catch. You can only change the trade 1 time per month, which means 1 trade per month for 6 months will be 6 trades stored in the metadata. After 6 months, that's it. All trades will be basically on Ute's store to trade, which is going to be epic, by the way, because it's going to bring a whole different type of game theory in this whole collection. And this brings a whole new class of meta. One of the big things here is that one-on-one artists weren't really part of this whole NFT marketplace. They were basically like on the side doing their thing, and then people on Twitter would mention them every so often. But now you have people like John Lee's work coming out, and it was in its own separate exchange, but people started talking about it a little bit. But there was something missing. There was something missing in connecting this one-on-one art to NFT collections, and boom, this could literally be it. This technology will bring one-on-one artists to the big game. Now, we all know that one-on-one artists can do their own separate work and can be highly profitable. But this is a whole game changer because it combines both of them because of that wide copyright. So it connects one-on-one artists to an NFT collection into the common market, or it could make a new market with one-on-one artists that is connected to the SubDAOs and who knows what else. Imagine John Lee doing the trade for a U. That is going to be a lot of value. Imagine someone taking all the 6 trades, saving it till the end, and having John Lee make all 6 trades and having this epic NFT made by John Lee. And at the end of the day, all this, everything about this wide trade, these SubDAOs, these one-on-one artists, all of it drives back to the main collection, which elevates the whole collection's value. That's what's going to be nuts about this project. That's why I am very interested about this project. And one of the problems was the SubDAOs. SubDAOs basically were hyping up projects like you could say Degods or MonkeyDAO, but they were never incentivized for it. Why not incentivize that in the biggest way possible? Okay, so how will Y make you money? That is the big question, right? Because that's what we're all here for. So you can make individual trades, charge money for it. Okay, we got that. You can create a fashion brand with many traits, put your business logo as free advertisement. If you're an artist, you can get paid for making the art for the holder, and there's gonna be, I don't know, maybe 10,000, 13,000, 15,000 holders. We don't know the number yet, but all those great artists will definitely get paid for making some sick art, or collect money via percentage of royalties, or sub-communities can monetize with their own white trade. So there's a lot of different ways you can make money off this type of NFT project. Okay, so another thing Utes is innovating is the issue with mid-tier rares. And boy, oh boy, that has been an issue for a very long time, even in ETH. Mid-tier rares seem to be the most illiquid assets in an NFT collection. If you look at every project, the people that benefit the most are the common NFTs or the super rare NFTs. But the middle ones get stuck with the bag that and will most likely sell at a common price. So you have here the common and you have the rares selling at a good high price value. But here in the middle, it goes into a huge low curve. It should basically be like this as far as price value, but it's not. So there's no market for mid rares. In order to fight this, one solution was to make your trade rarer than the actual rare trade. Like what Mickey Degods did. Their trades on Degods cost more than what Degods actual rare trades are. But the truth is many SubDAOs can't do this and they die off. And Utes is basically changing this by possibly making 90% of the collections as common NFTs and then the 10% of Utes NFT as rare. So everyone will essentially have a 1/10 chance of getting a rare, and this is basically a fair game on people creating their sub communities and making it as valuable as they can within that 90% range. So we don't know which trait can actually bring value. Okay, so we talked about the art, we talked about the community, we talked about the utility, and now the founder, Frank Degods. Frank has ultimately been a degen and knows everything about Solana culture and history. He knows the game. The main thing about founder is can they deliver, can they find solutions, and can they survive, innovate, etc. And Frank has frankly done it all. No pun intended. But the project, Degods, became the most successful project. And with the most successful project brings past experience. He will ultimately know how to create this next NFT project. So in my view, there's little risk with this founder because we already know what he has done in the past. And not just that, Frank has built an amazing team behind, especially the art team. That is the most bullish part of this whole NFT collection. And he basically created a structure around everything with the gods, with Utes, but that's why we love Frank, because Frank has built an amazing, what one would say, a blue chip project. So with Utes, I can't wait for them to come out with this. I can't wait for them to innovate, and that's what they're good at. And in conclusion, I am excited for this project. As far as the white traits, once I mint this, I am probably going to wait until the 5th month with my Ute, save all the traits, and maybe sell at a premium if the price is right, or create my own traits on that month and keep the royalties. I don't know. It's a very cool game theory. Let's see if my mind changes from the 1st month or 2nd month, because a lot of people are going to have a lot of different ideas with this when this thing comes out. So let me know what you think of this, of Utes, and if it will be a game changer, the new meta, what you think of the art on the comments below. And if you enjoyed this content, subscribe, hit the bell, smash the like button, and much love and peace.